What is going on, Diablo 2 fans? Dobrunsky here. In today's video, I want to cover 6 important tips to maximize your efficiency for farming Terror Zones if you don't have access to teleport via whether it's Enigma or the Sorceress. So for everyone out there that's playing with a Fire Druid, running Folded, running Javazon, running Necro, etc., you don't have Enigma, I hope you'll find this video very useful. So let's jump in. So tip number 1 is maximizing easy to achieve sources of faster realm walk and movement speed. I know this sounds very obvious, but if you don't have teleport, being able to run from point A to point B a lot quicker is going to make your magic finding a lot more efficient. Now my Fire Druid, for example, on ladder, I have in excess of 50% faster realm walk from my boots and small charms. So that in itself is a big upgrade over having 0 faster realm walk. And then in addition to that, I'm using the Rumored Harmony on an Act 1 Rogue Mercenary. This is a very easy to achieve Rumored, and it's also very powerful. I'll do some post-editing to show the difference between having this Rumored on a Rogue and not, but it is just a massive difference. Now, is it on the same level as Enigma? Obviously not, but it's definitely better than not using it. So I highly recommend you guys, prior to making Enigma, consider using an Act 1 Rogue Mercenary using the Rumored Harmony. Now, in addition to using the Rumored Harmony and other sources of faster realm walk, it is very important to include a source of Cannot Be Frozen. Casters typically don't have a source that cannot be frozen, but if you're a Fire Druid or a Wind Druid and you're running around from point A to point B and you don't have Enigma, being frozen can make it a lot longer to get from point A to point B. So again, please use a Ravenfrost or a Trang's Belt or some other easy to achieve source that cannot be frozen. It will make your life a lot easier and will definitely maximize your efficiency in Terror Zones. So tip number 2 might seem a little bit backwards, but I highly suggest you avoid farming bad Terror Zone locations for your character. So again, this whole video is about maximizing efficiency for Terror Zones, so it seems very counterintuitive, but let's say I'm playing as a Fire Druid in an area like the sewers in Act 3 spawns. This is a very poor location if you don't have teleport. You can't reposition, it's harder to find boss packs, you're always encountering rivers that you need to gap across with either a telestaff or just run around. It can be very brutal as a character that doesn't have teleport. There is nothing wrong with skipping that specific Terror Zone for an hour and then going and crushing cows or stony tombs. The existing level 85 areas in the game are still really good locations to magic find. Like, there's nothing wrong with spending an hour farming stony tombs where every item can drop versus farming an hour in the sewers, which is not really the best location, especially if you don't have a teleport. So again, don't be afraid to skip out on some Terror Zones. You're not always obligated to farm them, and actually farming some existing level 85 areas for an hour might be a better use of your time versus farming a very poor Terror Zone. Tip number 3, make sure that you use some of the very powerful budget rune words that are available to you. There are so many to list off, and I've made previous videos covering some of the fantastic lower sort of level but very powerful rune words that you can make. I'm gonna relist them again, but rune words like Spirit, Treachery, Insight in bows now, Harmony, which I've already mentioned in bows, are all very easy to make and are super powerful. Let's take a look at the body armor that I'm actually currently using on my Fire Druid on ladder. I made the rune word Rain that for the investment of a single Mal rune, I get 2 to Druid skills, a massive amount of mana, lightning resistance, as well as a chance to proc Cyclone armor when struck. So I'm getting damage, quality of life with mana, survivability with Cyclone armor, all for the investment of a single Mal rune. It's a very powerful rune word, so make sure you guys take advantage of them because they're going to make your characters that don't have Enigma a lot stronger. Tip number 4, take advantage of the very powerful crowd control that you can get with the Act 1 Rogue Mercenary. The Freezing Arrow variant of this rogue is so overlooked in my opinion, especially as a budget character. With a very easy to achieve rune word like Insight or Harmony in a bow, this rogue without Life Leech can completely stop entire packs of cows or other monsters in their tracks. Freezing a monster is different than slow down, like we're talking they cannot move. You can actually sit there AFK and let her shoot her Freezing Arrow and completely just do whatever you want to because her crowd control is phenomenal. So roll a very powerful rune word like Treachery for the body armor and then Insight or Harmony for the bow, and then if you can eventually get like Tal's Mask for the helmet, this mercenary will have great crowd control. Her AI, she won't run right up into monsters' faces, so she's more likely to survive without a CTA. And then that Freezing Arrow is just going to completely stop monsters in its tracks. And it's just a very, very powerful mercenary setup, especially for budget characters. So I highly recommend you guys try the Act 1 Rogue Freezing Arrow variant. So tip number 5 is to take advantage of a teleport staff. You guys were probably expecting me to include this, but it is just an indispensable tool for any character that doesn't have teleport. So on the offhand, a Naja's staff is ideal because it has the most amount of teleport charges, but a magic staff will work as well. And it's an indispensable tool for just being able to jump across sewers or wall gaps or rivers, etc. instead of running around. So it's already hard as a character that doesn't have teleport, so you definitely want to try and take advantage of a teleport staff if you can. You're either going to drop Naja's staff or you can shop for one as early as Act 3 normal for a magic staff. It's a very powerful tool. Make sure you guys get one. So tip number 6, and the final tip that I have for this video, is to try and group up with friends that complement your build to increase your efficiency. So let's say you're playing as maybe a fire damage dealing character and you don't have a fire thunder charm yet, or maybe you don't have enough negative resistance to bring that high fire res down from that thunder monster. If you can pair up with a blizzard sorceress or maybe a freezing arrow boson, you'll have that cold damage counterpart. Haven't made a CTA yet? Maybe you have a friend that's playing as an item find barbarian. You can rely on battle lures and battle command from him. Let's say you're playing as a Javazon and you don't have infinity yet and you really want to maximize your lightning fury. Maybe you can team up and farm Chaos Sanctuary with a friend who's playing as a Foden using a Conviction Aura. So you'll rely on your group support, but your group is also going to be relying on you as well. Because again, that fire damage dealing counterpart, if I was a fire druid and I'm playing with a friend that has a CTA, if I cast Oak Sage, I'm help boosting the group as well. So you just want to maximize your efficiency by teaming up with friends that complement your build very effectively. I think it's a very overlooked way of just making your character stronger, is group gameplay with friends that are going to complement your build is the final tip that I have for this video. But anyways, guys, that wraps up today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, let me know in the comment section below if you guys agree, disagree, think I missed anything major, maybe you found a new takeaway from this video. Any feedback is welcome in the comment section below. Besides that, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, if you could throw a like on it, that'd be amazing. And I'll catch you guys on my next video or live stream. Peace out.